I love food. I enjoy eating. And there is no way I'm going to deprive myself from eating good food. Hey, Yummy, welcome to another video. In today's recipe, we are making this amazing, tasty, delicious jollof rice with some veggies and beef. My name is Yummy Cash, and you're welcome to this channel. Yummy Cash. So I have my meat here, which is already washed, and I kept in the freezer for like 2 or 3 days now. And I'm adding in my grounded ginger, garlic, onion, and some fennel seeds and coriander seeds. So I grounded it in the earthenware, which is apatayua, but you can grind or you can blend yours in the blender. And I'm adding in some salt to taste. I'll just rinse the apatayua and add the water to it because the meat is already frozen and contains water. So I'll leave it on fire for it to completely cook. Now that the meat is well cooked and I have oil heated, I'll fry the meat nicely till it's golden brown or well fried. Now the meat is brown and it is well fried. I'll take them out from the oil and set it aside to be used later. So the meat is well fried and I've taken everything from the oil. I set the oil aside, and in another pot I add in some of the oil and add in chopped onions. So basically what I'm going to do is to suit the vegetables that I'll be using, and I'm not using much vegetables. I'm just using onions and paprika. So feel free to use any vegetables at all that you want. It solely depends on you. And I'm adding in a little salt and then add in the paprikas that I have already cut. Now, as I said earlier on, I'm just going to fry this or suit this for at least just 45 seconds because I don't want it to be overcooked. The reason for sauteing the vegetables before using them is just to ensure that the strong scent these vegetables have are at least reduced before adding them to the jollof rice at the end. And one thing too is not everyone loves the strong scent of onions. So I'm going to take everything out from the saucepan and set it aside. After I'm done taking all the veggies from the saucepan, I'll again scoop some of the oil I used in frying the meat in the same saucepan. This time around, I'm going to fry the spaghetti. I'm going to fry the spaghetti till it's also golden brown. And one thing too is you need to be on the lookout because it really needs some attention. If not, it's gonna burn. So I sprinkle a little of salt to it to give it a nice taste and keep stirring it. As I said, I'll keep stirring it till it is brown in color and not burnt. So when I get the right and the correct color that I'm going in for, I'll take everything out and again scoop oil in the same saucepan, add onions to it and start frying the onions. Now I'll fry the onions for just 30 seconds or until it's translucent, and then add in my tomato paste. Now I used 2.5 small tin of the tomato paste, or what we call in Ghana tin tomato. Yeah, most people call it tin tomato or tomato paste. Basically they are all the same thing. Now I'll mix the tin tomato together with the oil and then start frying it for 5 to 6 minutes. I'll go ahead and add powdered pepper or chili powder and stir to mix. But if you are using the fresh pepper too, you can grind it or blend it and add it to it. So I'll continue stirring the tomato paste for roughly 5 to 6 minutes. At this point, I'll add water to it and stir to mix and allow it to simmer. I'll also add the stock from the meat and stir to mix. You already know the stock from the meat contains some spices and the onions, garlic and ginger. So you can choose not to add in more of the spices, or you can add more spices, but I'm adding in more because I want some flavor and some taste. So I added the spices, and this spice is just fennel seeds, coriander seeds and anise seeds blended together. I added curry too, not too much, and a cube of Maggi. And my goodness, the aroma is just heavenly. I'll leave it to simmer, and not forgetting my nutmeg. I so much love it. I add just about half teaspoon of it to it and stir. I add in some salt also to taste, stir and leave it to simmer for just 2 minutes. At this point, I think the stew is okay, but it is too much for the quantity of rice I want to make. So I'll take some out and set it aside to be used for other purposes. I'll then add the washed rice, and I'm using 2.5 American cup of rice. I'll mix it so every grain of rice is coated with stew. Then add in water to it and stir. Cooking jollof rice and you want a perfect jollof rice at the end, this is the crucial part. You need to know the kind of rice you are using. Some rice are very difficult to cook, others are just it's not so difficult. So the type of rice you use and add in the water according to it. Now I added in the fried spaghetti and again mix it together, cover it and leave it to cook. I'll add salt also. It's been like 3 minutes, and I'll give it a quick stir and cover it again, and then from time to time I'll keep on checking it till the rice is halfway cooked, let's say 60% or 70% cooked. I'll then cover it with an aluminum foil and leave it to cook on a very low steam. The rice is almost cooked, and see how beautiful it is. I'll add the vegetables and stir. Now everything is in the pot now, and everything is cooked. I'll cover it with the aluminum foil and off the fire and just leave it for 5 minutes, just for the heat to give it some vapor, and then all the veggies marries itself, and then they do their skirmishes inside. Thank you, Yummy, for watching this video till this end. Always remember to do everything in love. Cheers.